Hey, today we're making caramel apple cake. Okay, so let's start with the cake first. You need flour, you need diced green apples. Here we are. And then you're also going to need regular sugar, brown sugar, buttermilk, eggs, vanilla extract, and here we have baking soda. And then we also have cinnamon and some salt. And then of course you're going to need some butter. Okay, so let's get into it. So you're basically just gonna grab a large bowl and add all your dry ingredients to the bowl. So we've added our flour, we've added our regular sugar, and that was our brown sugar. And you can use light or dark. I don't think it matters, light or dark. Dark gives you a little bit more of a rich flavor. And then you go ahead and whisk everything together. If you have some clumps, you can just go in and manipulate them with your fingers and the clumps come right out. So let me show you right here. Just rub them between your fingers and voila. So after you have that whisked together, you want to add in your butter. So go ahead and make sure that you melt the butter first, of course. And then we're also going to add in some hot water. I heat it both in the microwave. If you want, you can use a double boiler, or you can heat them on your stove, just a little pot or something like that. But that's not what I want to do. So go ahead and, whisk everything together. You want to get that whisk together nice and smooth, just like this. You don't need a stand mixer or a hand mixer or anything like that. Just a whisk and a spoon and you're good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add in our buttermilk. Look at that. Okay, and then we're going to add in our eggs too. There we are. And then there's our vanilla extract. All right, and then here we are whisking again. Well, just take your time. You want to whisk until all of your ingredients are well incorporated, especially those eggs. So just take your time, make sure that you whisk and that you get the batter that goes on the side of your bowl as well, so everything is incorporated into your bowl. All right, look at that, nice and smooth. Okay, and then we're going to add our apples in here, and then you just want to go ahead and fold your apples into your batter until they are just, make sure that they're well blended. So you don't want to just go in there heavily stirring. You just want to fold like so until you get them fully incorporated. So of course you want to peel your skin off of your apples, and you want to dice them into little small pieces like this. Don't worry, even though they're still in like little chunks, they melt during the, well, I wouldn't say melt, they soften during the cooking process, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so after you have your apples all folded, we're going to put them into this pan. So I would say this is like, like a 12-inch pan. You want to make sure that it's big and then it's rather deep so your batter can fit in here and then it has room to rise. Okay, so after you have your pan nice and greased, I use cooking spray. You can use oil if you have it, or you can just use butter. And we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven on 400 for 20 minutes. So we're going to work on the icing. You need powdered sugar, melted butter, caramel. This is our homemade caramel. Get the recipe above. Regular milk, and then you also need vanilla extract. Okay, so let's get this popping. So you go ahead and add your butter into the bowl, and then we're also going to add our milk. Okay, and then we're going to add in our powdered sugar. And you want to be a little careful with the powdered sugar because it fluffs up and it goes everywhere. So you just want to be careful with it when you're mixing it into your other ingredients. So just take your whisk and like so, and just keep whisking until you have all of those ingredients blended together. You want them to be completely blended together before you add your other ingredients. Okay, and then we add our vanilla. And of course our caramel. If you don't have time or don't want to make the caramel, of course store-bought is fine, but you have to grab the recipe for this caramel. It's absolutely delicious. Okay, and just heat it up just a little bit, just so it'll be smooth enough to go ahead and add to the bowl easily. Okay, so we have that in there, and then we want to give this a mix. And the spoon was not getting it for me, so I had to get back in here with my whisk just to make sure that it was well blended, because you see it's kind of streaky right here. But here, once I've kept stirring it and going here with my whisk, then it's really nice. Okay, and once your cake is done, you want to take it out of the oven. You can really make your icing at that time to give your cake a little bit time to cool. So you see the cake is done. You can tell like when it gets brown around the edges like you saw when I lifted it up. And you just want to go ahead and drizzle that over your cake and just spread the frosting across the cake. You cannot be like me and use a spreader. I really should have used one, but hey, I had a spoon. And everybody has a spreader, so use what you have. I switched to a little spoon so I can get those edges around here. You know, I like practicalness. And just keep spreading until you have it all on your cake. And you just want to let your frosting sit for about 15 minutes or so, just so it can firm up, so it'll be nice and ripe before you slice your cake, y'all. And that's it. Caramel apple cake, y'all, is absolutely delicious. It's not the prettiest cake, but it's definitely delicious. So you definitely want to make this, add this to your list. And as always, please like this video, share it, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and we'll definitely catch you next time.